Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially amateur hour because Luke and I just did a 15-minute interview and I didn't press record for the first time ever. So Luke, apologies again, everybody. You missed a good interview,
No
but
problem.
we're going to run it back from the top. I got Luke Shiomos here, and he's going to be grappling in the main event, Arena Grappling versus Series 5. So Luke, I already know every answer to this, but nobody watching does. How are you doing, dude?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing the same I was 16 minutes ago. Find out what I'm doing later on with the last question.
That's
But yeah,
that's a
I'm
good
doing
answer because if I were you, I'd be like, I'm okay. I'm not good anymore. I'm okay now because we just wasted 15 minutes of my life. And
It's okay.
we'll start with that last question first because I feel even worse because you're just trying to freaking game and play some Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm keeping you for more time of your day. The question was, how do you spend your free time? What are your interests outside of grappling and training? And your answer was?
I'm pretty laid back with everything I do outside of grappling, really. I'll hang out with my girlfriend, play games, go on walks, work, honestly, do my job. But I really don't do anything special. I don't go partying. I don't really do much else like that. I'll even show you again, like I did before, if it gets in this time, playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Yep.
So I love doing that. Not really much else to say there.
Awesome, man. And, main event, Arena Grappling, March 12th, going to be airing March 17th. I asked you before to break down the event. I'm just going to do that real quick, fly through it. The way Arena Grappling works, folks, is there's 3 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. Okay, 2 BJJ contestants go up against each other. Luke, am I correct in saying the most submissions over that 15 minutes wins the match?
Absolutely.
And if there's no submissions during those 15 minutes, there's no scorecards, no judges. You go to a 4th round, unlimited time, first submission wins, right?
Yep. So far, I haven't seen that. I'm hoping I'm not the first one.
Yeah, you don't want to be in a 2-hour-long jits match.
No, definitely not.
But you have competed at this event before. Can you just kind of break down your match? I don't think I even asked you that the first time. So here's a new question.
No, you didn't. So, I mean, the way that match really went, because I knew my opponent from that one, he does have a tendency to get a little tired. So with it being 3 rounds and breaks in between rounds, I really had no rush to get to a submission in like even the first 2. If it came, it came. I wasn't going to try to force it. So a lot of time, the first one really, it was standing for a little bit. I believe I pulled guard first, or maybe he dove for an ankle lock. I can't quite remember. He dove for ankle locks a couple of times. But the first round, I was on bottom. He was on top, half guard. I was trying to get some openings. My coach was really telling me to hang on his neck, try and get him tired. He was doing the same for me, and my neck was sore the next day. But I was trying to tire him, get him tired. It started to work. So first round, not really much happened, but second round, similar like an outcome. Just playing from guard, half guard, trying to get them tired. I did end up coming on top at the end there. I did get a sweep from like that kind of calf crusher matrix position, but there wasn't really much time to do anything. It was like 25 seconds left, but I was happy I did get that sweep, even though there's no points. I feel like people add points in their head, so they see who gets a sweep, they see what the performance is, and it kind of looks good, even though there's no points there. Third round though, I was coming out more aggressive. I didn't pull guard that time. I wanted to really kind of grind him down and try to foot sweep him, or try to get any takedown really. But he ended up going onto the cage himself. So at that point, I just kind of stuffed him in it. It took a little bit to kind of get a feel for the cage. I didn't really practice much with it before. But once I did, I just kind of pushed into him, got the body lock. He went for a scissor leg takedown, but he was in a very awkward position in my head, like into his jaw. So he kind of just fell down. I stayed on top, passed his guard, and really just grinded him out till I got into his back and got the jaw crush rear naked.
And got that dub.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a great match, and I'm very much so looking forward to you in the main event this time around too. Talking about training, you're training out of Hellfish MMA primarily. We've already talked about this too, but can you just reiterate kind of where you guys are located, what other gyms you're at, and who do you train with, coaches, yada, yada, yada?
Definitely, yeah. So my main gym since I was 15 has been with Tim at Hellfish. It's had multiple location changes, but overall it's in the general same area. I train mostly at the Chalfont location. There's one in Bridgeport, which is right by King of Prussia. Chalfont's right by Quakertown, so it's in that kind of area. But been training there since I was 15, almost about 10 years now. And it's really just one coach, Tim, who just runs everything. It's not a huge program, but there are some tough people, not really anyone you know, but you asked before, I'll shout out names. There's because they'll probably be happy if they listen to this. There's Max, there's Zach, wrestler, not my brother, but my brother also Zach. He just trained there. I mentioned Kyle Hughes. He's tough. He's from balance, trains at Hellfish a lot too. He's gigantic. He actually had a match with Connor Dixon recently. He won that one, so he's a good competitor. I actually did a long round with him. It went on about 40 minutes. He always has a tendency whenever we roll, he says we won't stop until we go to submission, and it usually like kills me because this guy's like wild. This time it went well. I won't give out any outcomes, but don't want to talk about what happens in the gym. But it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot from that one. It made me feel a lot more confident for hammer challenge in general, because if I can do that with him, then any other match with anyone else is not really that scary to me. As long as I pace myself, I don't want to blow my load.
Okay,
Can't remember what else.
There's one name you didn't mention this time around that you mentioned the first time around, and it was super smooth. Do you remember which one it was?
Oh, Kent Conway. That's what it is.
Dude, it's such a good name, man.
Yeah, he's cool.
Such a good name. Anyways, main event going up against Dave Romano. Long story short, Dave beat your brother in another match, and now you're coming back grudge match, getting revenge on Dave in the main event. Before we get into that, what are your thoughts on Dave himself as an opponent?
From what he looks like, he seems pretty tough. He's got like that MMA grappling style, so he's gonna be really strong, I'm sure. I heard he used to be like almost 300 pounds, but yeah, he seems really tough. He got that armbar on my brother. I don't think my brother's in the best mind state that night, so I'm not really worried about his submission game. I've heard how he is in the gym. I definitely think he's gonna be tough. I'm not overlooking anybody. I'm gonna go in the same way as I always do. I'm not gonna really think someone's easy or overly difficult. I'm not really going to think of it any differently because he beat my brother or that he had a match. Really, the reason I called him out is because I don't know anyone else to call out. So he was kind of just a fun name to grab. So I think it'll be a good match.
I think that's a great story right there, man. Coming back to avenge the brother. And I know you're trying to keep that like attitude and mindset out of it and just focus on jiu-jitsu. But come on, man, deep down, there's got to be a little bit of like, let's go, dude, let's go.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to beat him. Definitely don't want to lose. That'd be annoying. You can't beat both of us. But yeah, it'll be a fun match.
Very much so. Looking forward to it. I know you mentioned your favorite submission earlier. Does that play into account when we're talking about a prediction for this fight?
I never really predict my submission. Whatever comes. But I'm gonna follow my same game plan. I won't give anything too much away. But I like back position. I like going for passes, sweeps. Very vague answer, but I'm just gonna follow the same game plan. If something comes up, then I'm gonna grab it.
Keep it vague, dude. We can't be giving too much away to the opponents.
Yeah, you might listen to this.
You're a young guy, I believe. Well, you're 25, 26?
24.
Almost even 25. Younger than I thought. Well ahead of your prime. So you have a long career ahead of you of grappling. I know you said you don't really want to get into MMA. I do not blame you at all. So career goals in jiu-jitsu, where do you hope this sport takes you?
I mean, really, as far as I can feasibly go with it. As I said before, I do have a full-time job, so I can't put every second into jiu-jitsu, but every opportunity I have to go train, I do. I get out of work, go to jiu-jitsu right away, even get there like a few minutes late, but I still get there just because that's when it works out. Honestly, I just want to keep getting better. I'm not like gung-ho like these people who think that I'm going to be the best in the world. If that happens, then it happens. You can't really control that, as I said before. So I'm going to keep just training like I am, keep just studying it, asking questions to my coach, and just learning every day as I train.
I love it, man. And I told you this before, but I'll say it again. I love how humble you are, and that carries people a long way in life, especially in combat sports and jiu-jitsu. I'm going to word this question a little bit differently this time around, but last one I have for you. I'm a fan. I'm bored. I'm like, what should I do on March 17th? Why should I tune in to watch you in the main event?
I mean, they put me as a main event for a reason. I know AJ likes me, but he's had multiple posts about me, so I think he sees something there. So I think I'll be more technical than most people there. They may be a little crazy to me. They may get more submissions, but if you're a fan and you train and you're trying to watch jiu-jitsu, you'll probably want to watch me because I'll probably show you something.
I love it, dude. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in March 17th at Arena Grappling. It's going to be Arena Grappling versus Series 5. I'll be there commentating, and Luke, once you get that win, my man, we'll do another little post-fight interview at the table. How's that sound?
Cool. Sounds good to me.